Hello everybody and welcome to the next lesson. In this lesson we are going to talk about paths. Until now we've learned how to draw some basic shapes, some rectangles and ellipses, and we've also learned using Boolean tools to combine those basic shapes to result in a bit more complicated shapes. But today we are going to learn a concept in Inkscape which we can use to create some more complicated shapes. Let me demonstrate. First of all, we are going to click on the Draw Freehand Lines. If I now click once on the canvas and click again, I see that a line appears with two squares, one on each side. I can also click and drag to draw a shape like an S, for example. And again we have this shape with two lines. I'm going to use the selection tool to arrange them a bit more centrally on the page. And now I'm going to click on this icon, the Edit Paths by Nodes. I see again when I have my line two handles, but if I click on the S, I see a huge number of handles. These handles define the shape of the curve, and they are in fact called nodes. Now, when I have my node editor selected and I click on the original line, I see that if I click and drag on the nodes, I can change the location of the nodes. If I click and drag on the line, two more handles appear, two circles. These circles show the direction of the line at the node. The direction of the line between the nodes is calculated depending on what the direction is. I can also specify how strong that direction is, how much influence it has further down the line by increasing the length of the direction. Now let's zoom in a little bit and let's have a look at the options which are up here when we have the node editor selected. The first option is add a new node. If I select the two nodes and click on add a new node appears in the middle. This new node I can also change the direction of the line as well. Second of all, I have this button, delete selected nodes, that removes the selected node. I'm going to press Ctrl Z to undo that. I also have the button join selected nodes. If I have two nodes selected, I can click on join selected nodes and they will be merged into one. I also have the button split selected nodes or break path at selected nodes. This splits the selected nodes into two. I click on it and I see that I can now move the one or the other in a different direction. Then I have the next option, join selected endnodes with a new segment. If I select this endnode and this one as well, I can click on that and a new line segment appears. I can also remove a line segment by selecting the two nodes and clicking on delete the segment. Now I have some options here. These are options which are used to help calculate the direction of the line at the node. First option is make the nodes a corner. A corner node has a sharp edge, and the direction is not determined by the node itself, but only by the other nodes. Another possible node is smooth. Here the direction on the two sides of the nodes is always parallel. So that means that there's always a smooth transfer from one side of the node to the next. Then we have make selected nodes symmetric. Here the two sides of the line are not only parallel, but also the magnitude, the strength of the direction is the same on both sides. You see, if I change it on one side, it automatically changes on the other side as well. Then we've got the button Auto Smooth. Auto Smooth is similar to Smooth, but it also takes into account the directions of the neighboring nodes. Next we have the options make selected segments lines. If I click on these, then the two nodes are joined with a straight line. Or if I click on make them curves, then they stay as lines, but these curve handles appear, which I can then modify. I also have these two buttons here, which I will not talk about right now. If we have a node selected, we can specify the x coordinate and the y coordinate precisely using these two inputs. And finally, these remaining buttons, I will not talk about them right now. So, thanks for watching. Play around a bit with this, and I will see you in the next lesson. Bye bye.